Feel the magic in the air. I love it in my all. Ale, ale, ale. Feel the magic in the air. I love it in my all. Ale, ale, ale. Feel the magic in the air. Magic system. Red one.
Welcome to Cine Spotlight, where we explore the latest films lighting up the big screens. And I am your host, Mukyala. Today we are diving into the movie called The Book of Clarence, directed by Bullet, James Samuel, Jay-Z, James Lasista, and our own Ugandan Tendo Nagenda.
Comme d'habitude on est calé, comme toujours ça va aller. On te met l'ambiance à gogo, tous ensemble on fait le show. On t'invite à la main.
The film stars Kate Stanfield as Clarence, Omar C, R.J. Clare, Anna Depot, David Olayo, Michael Ward, Alfred Woodard, Tiana Taylor, Caleb McLaughlin, and many others. Well, if you're a movie addict as me, you have seen this movie somewhere. So if you haven't, please, you go check it out. But it follows a struggling down on his luck man named Clarence living in AD 33 Jerusalem, who looks to capitalize on the rise of Jesus Christ by claiming to be a new Messiah sent by God. This is an attempt to free himself of debt and start a life of glory for himself. Well, as you have heard, it's a biblical allegory that capitalizes on Clarence, who is Thomas's brother, actually twin brother, and you can throw back on Thomas in the Bible. Right? Yeah, so here in the first part of the movie, it starts with the first book of Clarence, and that is the 13th apostle. This film was released at the world premiere of the 67th BFI London Film Festival on October 11, 2023, and was released by Trista Pictures in the United States on January 12, 2024. So, if you like it, it's the latest movie, not that old stuff that you'll be seeing sometimes. The film underperformed at the box office, but received mixed reviews from critics and grossed approximately $6 million. Well, as I've told you, the book unfolds in 3 books. The movie, the 13th Apostle, that's the first book, the Messiah, and the Crucifixion. Let's get into a short break. We'll be right back. So a struggling Hebrew man in AD 33 Jerusalem, Clarence, and friend Elijah lose a chariot race with Mary Magdalene, and money the victory would have bought due to difficulties such as gypsies shooting darts at them and almost running over a dart-encrusted beggar, Benjamin. Clarence owes money to Lord Jack Jedida the Terrible, but also loves Jedida's sister Varinia. Roman soldiers racially profile Clarence and Elijah for a theft they didn't commit. Clarence, a marijuana smoker who steals honey wine from the Romans, smokes opiums one day, and around the floating in the air bodies of other opium smokers, and seeing a light over his head, conceives the idea of being a fake Messiah, capitalizing on the rise of Jesus Christ to free himself of debt and start a life of glory. John the Baptist slaps him for being a hypocrite when he drops by to be baptized. Clarence proposes to the 12 disciples that he become the 13th apostle. They laugh at him. Clarence's blue-eyed twin brother Thomas, one of the 12, is cynical and dismissive towards Clarence. In turn, Clarence criticizes Thomas for leaving their mother to follow Jesus. Judas Iscariot proposes that Clarence free a group of gladiator slaves to earn his place on the apostles. Clarence goes to the gladiators' owner and proposes to he free them. The owner instead says he'll free the slaves if they beat Clarence to death. Then says he'll just have the huge Barabbas, the immortal, fight Clarence. Clarence wins through trickery. Barabbas is freed and goes with him. Barabbas is rebellious against Roman rule and antagonizes Roman soldiers. Barabbas claims to be truly immortal except if hit in the heel like Achilles. Clarence visits Jesus' mother Mary and father Joseph, asking how he can perform the same tricks Jesus does. The parents insist that Jesus is real, not a trickster. Clarence, Elijah, Barabbas, and Zacchaeus travel the land, with Clarence performing miracles like bringing Elijah back from the dead, and they make much money. Also, Clarence, an atheist, preaches knowledge over belief. However, Clarence decides to use the money to free the gladiators rather than paying back Jedediah. Well, you see where we've gone? Right now we're at the point where Clarence is faking to be the Messiah. What happens after? Let's find out after this commercial break. Well, Mary Magdalene is being stoned to death due to accusations of sexual congress with Romans. Elijah tries to shield her. Jesus arrives, stops the stone's flight in mid-air, and notes that the stone throwers are themselves sinners. He heals Mary's wounds. Elijah believes. Varinia betrays Clarence by being at a party with him, with Jedediah waiting outside. Jedediah tries to collect his money, with Romans helping him. Barabbas resists, though Clarence insists he ran away. Barabbas is speared 3 times. Barabbas is speared 3 times but survives, killing a Roman centurion sent after him. Jedediah is impressed and makes up with Clarence. Through the Romans, both the Romans take Clarence away since they are supposed to arrest any Messiah. Pontius Pilate interrogates Clarence, who confesses that he is a trickster, not a Messiah. Pilate says that despite confessing to fraud, Clarence may save himself by walking across water, a nearby pool over there. Clarence, to his own amazement, is able to do so, following a vision in the clouds. Nevertheless, Pilate says he will crucify him. Varinia visits Clarence in prison and kisses him. Thomas also makes up with him. Pilate mocks Jesus' idea of human equality, though Clarence mocks the Romans' male nude statues. Jesus gives money to Benjamin and the ability to multiply coins. The newly rich Benjamin buys a makeover. Under the dirt, he is a long-haired white man who resembles conventional portraits of Jesus. Benjamin passes around throwing money to people, and Roman believes he is another Messiah. On the way to the cross, Amina, Elijah, and Barabbas watch. Cabbage, a small gypsy who despised Clarence, now helps carry his cross. Benjamin is crucified alongside Clarence, complaining that an onlooker is making a painting of him. Jesus tells his weeping disciples that he himself will be betrayed and crucified. Jesus comes to Clarence's tomb, forgives his prior unbelief, and raises him from the dead and heals his nail wounds. Clarence now both knows and believes, and he smiled. You see that at the end of the movie, Clarence, who was an impostor of Jesus Christ, knows, believes, and smiles. So let's go through the cast of this movie. Probably you may find some of your big fans. As I told you, Kate Stanfield acts as the Clarence, and also the Soma History brother. Omasia is Barabbas, Anna Diop as Varinia, Clarence's love interest and Jedediah's sister, RJ Claire as Elijah, Clarence's best friend, David Oyoleo as John the Baptist, Mike Ward as Judas Iscariot, Alfred Woodward as Virgin Mary, Brian Bovell as Joseph, Tiana Taylor as Mary Magdalene, Caleb McLean as Dirty Zeke, Marianne Jean Baptiste as Amina, Clarence's mother, Eric Kofi Abrefa as Jedediah the Terrible, James McAvoy as Pontius Pilate, Benedict Cumberbatch as Benjamin, Chase Leon as Cabbage, Nicholas Pinnock as Jesus, Babas Olusamunok as Asha the Torturer, Chidi Ajufo as Goliath, Tom Glenn Kearney as Decimus, and Tom Van Lawyer as Antius. Well, in May 24, James Samuel, the producer for the book, announced that both Clarence will be his next film and Layfield will protect this character. So the movie is already out. If you love biblical comedies and you love seeing blacks performing these movies, just come take a watch at it. Check it out, and it's already out in the cinemas, as I told you. Even online you can get it. And right now, let's get into our next section of telling you about the movies that are coming up. You don't want to miss it.
Inspirational moment from Tony Gross.
Well, welcome back. This is Cine Spotlight, and we've been diving into the book of Clarence, a biblical comedy film. If you like it, you can also check out Monty Python's Life of Brian. By the way, if you want me to review it for you here, follow our social media accounts at Cine Spotlight so that we can follow you, you follow us, and also comment which movie you would want us to review. But if you want to review this one, please like the post that is there, and next time I will review it for you. It's called Monty Python's Life of Brian. So right now, let's get into the coming movies. Well, there is just one movie that I cannot let you not watch or tell you about, that is streaming very soon in this November 20th, Mufasa, the Lion King. Following the Lion King that we saw with Simba and the rest of the friends, Hakuna Matata, we have a book that happens before the birth of Simba. This is Mufasa. Listen to it and you will know what I'm talking about.
This story begins far beyond the mountains and the shadows. On the other side of the light. A lion was born without a drop of nobility in his blood. A lion who would change our lives forever. Mufasa. The earth will shake. Destiny awaits you.
Well, movie addicts, it was a pleasure having you tuned in to today's session of Cine Spotlight. Just stay tuned to 91.9 BU FM. We're bringing you more and more stuff. Keep loving movies, keep watching them, follow us, like, comment, and let's get the vibe moving. There is magic in the air. That's been me, Mukyala. See you next time. Ciao, ciao.
Gross will go for it and score!